So what is this down here? Whoa, mechanical sentry. Last one, really?
That's the last of them.
Bard. Wait, why is one already down here dead? I'm collecting a lot of armor parts. Not sure how I'm going to use them all, but there it is. What the heck is this? Okay, the objective's up there, so I'm just going to go for the objective, and then we'll see what else we can do. I'm worried about my ammo count, that's all. Because I don't want to run through the entire geothermal plant, use up all my ammunition, and then arrive here and find I actually have another fight here. Or something like that. Except it turns out I don't. Great. Use terminal. Alright, let's exit. I've got a quick save here. Because I want to help Adelaide. Let's hope they make it clear here. Safety failures detected. High likelihood of moderate to severe structural damage. Redirecting power is irreversible. Power redirection has failed. Manual override required. Oh. Sure didn't see that coming. I was being facetious. Of course it couldn't be as simple as throwing a switch. So now we do have to head down there. See, I was jumping.
3 switches. That'll be easy enough.
I was jumping the gun. As I sometimes do. Now, there are enemies in here, so where are they?
Processing. Sweep.
Not working! You got him! Woo! We made it!
Please don't be a timer on this. One switch.
2 more. What'll happen to Miss McDevitt's folk if we send power to the Vale?
What are you talking about? I thought I am redirecting power to them. Hang on. Okay. Before I can... So I'm going to activate the 3 switches and then return to that terminal, I'm guessing. I've had... If it seems like I'm a little choice shy, I've had... I had things happen in games where, you know, something doesn't quite work out, and it's like it's supposed to be your fault for not knowing that this is what was going to happen. And I just really don't like it when they do things, when games do things like that.
No, 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 just leave me alone.
Okay, somebody's down here. And I'm running low on ammunition.
You're not real. You're not real.
Dude? Somebody's down there.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Yeah, and there's enemies in here, too. Right? Right. I have 1 shot left. You got him, Parvati? Good job. Spazer's Choice found a flaw in you. During your adventures, things may happen to your character that can trigger a flaw offer. Taking the flaw is optional, but doing so provides you with a perk. The choice is yours. Robophobia. Automechanicals now give you the willies, and when they're attacking your party, you're not as effective as you should be. Why would I accept that? Just to get a perk point? Heck no. That's a bad bargain. Why would they even put that in the game? I'm relying on those three of those things to proceed and progress, and you're like, hey.
Let it go. If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the veil?
Well, people are gonna have to go there, and oh shit. Oh, that's a workbench. Wait, what? Where? Sawed-off shotgun. Do I have any mods? New magazine mod. But is that the same mod that can go on the assault rifle? TNL, yes it is. Let's install it on the assault rifle. Is that the only mod I have? Wait, what? Thank you. Where are my guns? What's up? I just hit S, and they're doing something here down here with that. That's confusing. Okay, I don't have any mods for these. Oh, wait a minute. Heavy power armor. I'm gonna have to take some time to look at my my weapons and such. Well, there was a guy back in the plant, so before I go on, excuse me, go on that way, because I know it's going to take me back, I'm going to head back this way. There's a guy in here.
Get away!
Can we help him? Who's down here? Excuse me. Yeah, he's all the way down on the bottom. Where is he? There you are. Higgins?
You're not real! You're not real! Get away from me, Phantom! Shoot! Scram!
Huh. Calm down, I'm not trying to hurt you.
You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
Oh, this guy really is nuts. You're eating sprats?
Of course. Sprats are an excellent source for my daily recommended intake of mercury. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
I'll just be on my way. Back away slowly. Okay, that dude... Oh, there it is! Huh. Well, I guess that was a good thing I came down here then, so I'll be able to finish that quest up. Yeah, Parvati, I don't know. What happens if we help the outlaws? I don't like that guy Reed, I'm telling you, and it's going to come down to personal preference. Who do I like more, Adelaide or Mr. Reed? Reed I don't trust. Adelaide seems like she's actually trying to do good stuff. Reed, to me, feels like he's just trying to line his own pockets. Oh, shit. Whoa, there are a lot in here. I count 4.
System alert.
There's one over there. This is not going to go well. I can tell you that right now.
Resetting actions.
I need higher rate of fire. Shit! This is not going well. Gotta back out. Be nice if I had, like, grenades or something. Nope. Backing out. I've forgotten to use my bullet time here. Now, will they follow me down? It looks like they will. Yeah, I don't have any more ammo. This is what I was worried about. I am doing damage to them, but very slowly with the pistol. Gotta run. Pretty sure this is not how this is supposed to work, but whatever. They must be at the limit of their spawn range.
Lethality now reduced.
Because he will not advance beyond that. Got him. Jeez. He would not advance further than that. Well, you do what you have to survive, right? Didn't exactly cover myself in glory there, but whatever. Looks like it was quite a fight in this place. Where are we going? Oh, we have to go up. Hopefully I get to ask her for advice about what she would do.
Celeste, I'm not sure what the ride is. Alls I know is the decision's final.
Wait, what? I can't go back out through these doors? They're barred. Oh! You can actually open the bars. Alright, well, let's see if we can ask her.
Once we do this, there's no going back. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
I wouldn't mind hearing your opinion.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
The deserters are a community. I can't just destroy what they built.
Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred?
Reed tells me Edgewater's going to die without workers in power.
Well, that sure sounds like Mr. Tobson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Tobson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Tobson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way.
I see your point. I'm ready to make a decision.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
I'm glad you did. I like hearing from you.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Alright, well, let's do a hard save here. Well, she convinced me to change my mind. I'm sure there'll be consequences. Redirect power. Moderate to severe structural damage, irreversible, continue. Redirect power to Edgewater. So now we gotta get out, right? Wait, retrieve the power regulator, so where is it? That'll be in the Botanical Gardens, right? Now I have to convince the deserters to return. Well, they're gonna be... She's gonna be pissed at me. Adelaide's gonna be...
Unexpected.
Wait, what?
Searching
Incoming!
How many of you are there? Did they all respawn? What? Okay, he was running away.
Got him all.
Yeah, frame rate seems like it's gotten worse since yesterday. I don't know if they put out a patch or if I'm just... I did reboot my computer in the time between then and now. Alright, let's just fast travel there. They're not going to be happy with me, I'll tell you that. They're all standing there. Now, can I complete Thomas's little mission here? Because obviously you can't get the gun, you can't get the book to give to him without going into that plant. Here he is.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
The elusive Part 3. Someone stashed it away inside the old geothermal plant.
The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati. I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Electrocharged surface. Alright, so we need to convince him to leave.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
Reed needs his people back.
You want my flock wasting their lives in that cannery? Fine. Go and talk to them. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Tobson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
What happened to you, Adelaide? All this anger had to come from somewhere.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
Do I want to go to bat for her? I mean, I was ready to, but Parvati made a convincing argument. I'm willing to deal with Reed for you.
You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together.
Reed isn't going to just leave his post. I'll need some help convincing him.
Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years.
Holy shit.
Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients.
That's disgusting.
If I were in a better mood, I might be inclined to try and change your mind.
So I'm supposed to try to convince him to leave by saying, yeah, she knows she's using human bodies to fertilize the earth. Damn. I really don't know what to do in this situation, so we're just gonna take it as it comes. Alright, well... I'm guessing I should head to Edgewater and talk to Reed. See if I can get him to leave. Adelaide's kind of a creepy woman, though, if that's her technique.
Heard something outside the walls today.
Wonder if the plague's ever gonna pass.
Who knows? Kind of Reed living in a literal ivory tower. How about that? I don't blame Parvati. The decision was mine and mine alone. Okay, he's got guards here, so if I try to gun him down... it will probably not go well.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
I spoke to Adelaide. She won't come back as long as you're here.
Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes. But I have done my best for this town.
You let Adelaide's son die.
Her son got sick with plague a couple years back. Company never gave us enough medication to treat the whole town. So I had to choose, you see. Adelaide's child, or someone else's. She's never forgiven me. I don't expect she ever will.
You say you've done your best, but all I see is a town falling to pieces.
I have been holding this town together with both hands. You can't just expect me to leave. I'm a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home.
Oh, you can attack. Adelaide's people are not getting sick with plague.
I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic.
This town doesn't eat anything but salt tuna. Of course you're going to get... Wait. Have your people ever eaten an actual vegetable?
The very notion is just grotesque. A raw vegetable? Why don't you just ask me to go chew the bark off of a tree? We are a Spacer's Choice salt tuna cannery. We eat salt tuna here, and only salt tuna.
That's it? Just salt tuna every single day?
The salt tuna's been a mite bland ever since Adelaide left. And we don't get as much salt tuna these days, so we've had to improvise to meet quotas. We've added wood chips, some mushrooms, bit of sand, tossed some canid bits in our processor once. It all tastes like salt tuna in the end.
How long have you been living like this?
Couple years, give or take, right around the time the first wave of plagues hit the town. Now listen, I do not know what pretty rhetoric Adelaide has fed you, but plagues are a simple fact of life.
Adelaide's found a way to grow food. She'll come back if you step down.
You'll excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
She's been... I'm gonna be straight up. She's been using human corpses in her fertilizer.
Adelaide has been using dead bodies in her fertilizer? That's... Come to think of it, that's a stroke of brilliance. What a remarkably efficient solution. Recycling Spacer's Choice property long after its date of expiration. I was wondering about those missing bodies in Silas's cemetery.
This town needs Adelaide. She won't come back as long as you're here.
So Adelaide wants me gone. Trade my life for the life of the town. You understand what she's doing. If I leave town, I'm as good as dead. If I stay, Edgewater will die of attrition. Adelaide has discovered some secret cure for the plague, and she is holding my town ransom.
This town could use all the help it can get.
If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. But my life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
What are your plans?
A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them.
Why not?
No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement.
You won't last a day outside the walls, you know.
I don't know. I could see myself lasting a week.
You don't have to do this.
I do. Adelaide's found a cure for the plague, and she knows how to tend to crop. She's what this town needs. I have always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy.
Well, that wasn't the ending I was expecting. I was thinking it was probably going to become a gunfight. So, he steps down. I thought maybe we were going to be able to recruit him to our ship or something, like we did with the Vicar. Apparently not. So the town is saved, everybody's returning. The only thing is he's going to lose his position and probably die in the wilderness somewhere. Points in defense. Let's put more points in dialogue. Oh, medic? Wait, tech? Yeah. Oh, and I got a perk too. Nope. Apply. I keep thinking it applies as I do it. Traveler. Lone wolf. No, lone wolf. I'm not. I'm always going to have somebody in my party. So I assume since this increases walk speed, that'll also increase speed while crouched in stealth. Sight alignment tool is much more accurate. Companion crit chance. A few bits more. Ammo stock. No, we're going to go with Strider. So now, the Botanical Lab is now without power. You should be able to salvage their power regulator. Okay. We're heading back out there anyway. Haven't had to fight one of those. Oh, yes, I have. It's kind of hard to tell exactly what that is with the cutaway. So where is the Botanical Lab's power regulator? Fine, let's switch to it. Oh, it's all down there anyway. Oh, it's behind her. So that didn't finish it. Return to the unreliable. Okay, well, first, let's wrap this up.
Look at that. The snake's come back.
I talked Reed into leaving. Come back to Edgewater.
I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Tobson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward.
Edgewater's better off with you running the place.
You're telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
Take care. Creepy botanist. So this all kind of worked
What
out.
happened? Sprat fell into a transformer again? Well, I know
I
what
guess
I'm
it's
trying
time to leave ground. And we need to fast travel to the landing site. That line that goes up and down, that's still weird.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
I can understand not wanting to go back. You didn't seem happy in Edgewater.
Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
I'd be glad to have you along. Pick a cabin, it's yours.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
She's really funny. I like her. Let's see what we got. Ah, and there's the vicar.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
Parvati, it's first choice, vicar.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community. What can I do for you, Captain?
I have a power regulator.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
I'll be back. I'll be back. Alright. I feel like things are about to happen. Because, really, that was all just the introductory area, right? It's kind of an intimidating bit of metal. Is that a light, or is there a defense turret mounted on that too? Oh, are they going to give us a galaxy map and stuff? What the heck is that? A toss ball stick. Oh, that's like lacrosse or something. That's what it looks like. Looks like a lacrosse stick.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I've installed the power regulator.
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Let's get out of here. Against all odds, the Unreliable takes flight.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Good, I've been waiting to hear from him.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
I've been feeling a little lightheaded, and I can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Or I could put a couple light years between me and Halcyon.
Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place, and we can start by reviving the Hope.
Fine. I'll go have a word with Gladys.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
I'll put it to good use, thanks.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Got it. This is so... They were so clearly inspired by Mass Effect. This is even starting to feel like... this is feeling like a mix of Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect Andromeda. With the whole wake up the colonists thing. Projects a disguise on you and your companions that gives you access to restricted areas, provided you have the correct ID cartridge for that area. Restricted areas off limits to unauthorized personnel and otherwise result in being attacked on sight. That looks remarkably like Earth, except it's obviously not Earth. Wow, they animated the clouds. Huh. It's a pity the dirt on the glass is low res. Okay, I was in here. We got 3 decks. Let's make sure everybody's comfortable. So where did they go? Okay, so Parvati's...
The ship used to be much quieter.
Parvati's hanging out in here.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy like, ain't it?
What do you think of the ship?
That's in pretty good shape, considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space, but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
That's the ship's computer. It's not intelligent, but it does a good imitation.
So you're gonna call her it, not she?
Though my voice is currently pitched to suggest female, I possess no gender. Any pronoun preferred by the user is acceptable.
Hello. I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing.
Ada, Parvati will be fixing you from now on. I expect your full cooperation.
I am at your disposal, Ms. Parvati. You will find the technical schematics in the engineer's locker, though I'm afraid Captain Hawthorne has lost the owner's manual.
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
Did you learn your trade from your father? It sounded like it when you talked to Reed.
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Tobson never let me forget how funny that was.
Reed seemed to have it in for you.
I'm not exactly a model employee. Not like he wanted. The kind that stays quiet and gets the right work done in the right order every day. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
But you actually are good at this, and you enjoy it.
Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling.
And after school, you moved straight back to Edgewater.
Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed.
He wasn't that old, was he?
No, but a whole life taking care of Edgewater by his lonesome, working with all kinds of chemicals, it wears on a body. When I left for school, everything got harder for him. I used to help him lift the heavy things, and my hands didn't shake for the fine detail work.
Did you get much time with him after you got back?
About a year. I tried to do more of the work, so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects, or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh, look at the time. Sorry to bend your ear so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
Break time's over. Glad to have her along. Not so sure about the vicar, though. He was kind of a creepy dude. Whoa, what the heck? Who are you? There's no response from the auto-mechanical unit. A serial number etched in its chassis includes the letters SAM. Okay, I just got a mission. What was that? The cleaning machine. Found a non-operational sanitation and maintenance auto-mechanical. If you can get it running again, may prove useful. Ask Ada. We'll ask Ada about it later. Well, there are a number of compartments here, so I'm guessing that means I'm going to be...
Crew members who macrowave Saltuna are subject to be jettisoned from the airlock.
Macrowave Saltuna, come on. So I'm assuming... Okay. We're going to have a bunch of different people to recruit. So where did the vicar go? I'm sure we'll have plenty of chance to talk to him later. Let's get underway. Alright. So we need to make contact with the Groundbreaker. Welcome to the system map. Moving between planets is considered extremely dangerous, and all employees are encouraged to remain home or at work. You can fly your ship to any location you have unlocked, though some loading bays require special codes and keys before they allow you to land
Breaker
there.
has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Can we talk?
Yeah.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson?
What about her?
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Sure.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
Nope. One of these times, I'm going to click that other option by mistake. Okay, so she's in the party? Or do they... Who do you add? Select up to 2 oh, we can select both of them. Nice. Very Mass Effect-ish. You know what's going to be a problem? This whole Outer Worlds game is going to be a problem for Bethesda's Starfield. Though to be honest, I'm expecting Starfield to be just so completely overrun with microtransactions. Nobody's really... It's going to have trouble getting off the ground, let's put it that way. Ah, yes. So we're having... Don't want to steal things, we just arrived.
Captain. Hey, Captain. I'm in space.
What?
I never thought I'd be able to say that.
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a toss ball stick, I heard you the first time.
Parvati's becoming my favorite character so far. That's for sure. She's just generally so enthusiastic. It's nice to have a companion who isn't so weighed down all the time by their own concerns. Vending machine. So what do we have selected? Passage to anywhere, so we need to speak to Gladys. So now where would that take us? Oh, Vicar Max has perks too. Okay, we'll get to him in a minute. I don't think we're going to be in I don't think we're going to be doing much fighting.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
Identification, please.
Should I present Hawthorne's ID or not? I basically am Hawthorne, but let's go with this.
You've got a ship, but you've never visited Groundbreaker. You must have just dusted off from one of those dirt-side outposts.
Sure did. And now we're in space.
Well, welcome to Groundbreaker. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
So, how do I get this resolved?
You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. Can't miss it.
Any idea why my ship was impounded?
Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important.
Great. I'll go talk to him and straighten this out.
You take the starch out of him, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
Sure, why not?
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay. Tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
Got it.
Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with?
I'm looking for someone named Gladys.
The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go. On your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly.
See you around.
Be seeing you.
So, okay, not very Mass Effect there. So is everything going to be we're just going to move from one area to another, solving that area's problems? Okay, got those two there.
Can we talk?
Who? Vicar, was that you?
Captain, if I could trouble you for a moment of your time. While we're on the Groundbreaker, I may have an idea for how we could find a translator.
You know someone who can read that book?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
That sounds like a good lead, but how do we find him?
That's a good question. Fortunately, we're in the perfect place to start. This is where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
How will a crew manifest help us track down your scholar friend?
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
How is it a simple vicar happens to be such a highly skilled hacker?
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Thank you, Captain.
I don't know about this guy. Whatever. Quest objective requires you to enter a restricted area. If caught inside, you will be shot on sight. Using a disguise will prevent immediate hostilities.
Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the scholar shipped in and out with.
Not doing it right now, Vicar.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You are hearing things.
Okay, I've got 2 objectives, but they don't show up on that map.
Seriously, there was a lot of static at first, but then this voice said his name was Graham?
Graham, right. Broadcasting on a dead world full of monsters. Now I've heard everything.
You know, it takes more.
Okay, so if I pick this up, am I going to get lambasted? The only one who's watching is that woman.
Asshole.
You found an ID cartridge to use with the holographic shroud. You will now be automatically disguised when entering the associated restricted area. Huh. So I was supposed to pick that up. The heck? So I can take these. That's barred. Excuse me, Parvati, I'd like to go through. Thank you.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage
Okay, so this is not how we get to talk to Gladys.
Canyons of acid and sulfur.
Oh boy.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.